Good day, everyone. Welcome to our basic accounting module. At the end of the session, you will learn the following: definition of accounting, why business need accounting, basic classification of accounts, basic accounting equation, accounting cycles, and the two basic financial statements. Let's start. What is accounting? Accounting is a process of recording, analyzing, interpreting, and communicating financial transactions. So, ano ang ibig sabihin ng recording? Recording is simply making a journal. Isusulat ang lahat ng business transaction at yun naman ay i-analyze at i-interpret kung saan makikita ninyo kung ano yung strength and weaknesses ng inyong business. And the way to communicate that is through preparation of financial statements. Maybe your question is, why businesses need accounting? First, to know the status of the business affairs. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Alam nyo kung ano yung value ng asset, ng liabilities, at ano ang kondisyon ng business? Nalulugi ba o nagiging successful ang business? Accounting ang magsasabi niyan. Another reason is to know the business responsibility to the stakeholders. Sino ba ang mga stakeholders? The investors, the employees, the customers, the suppliers, the communities, the government, or trade association na kung saan ang isang negosyo ay sumasali. So, nakabase doon sa accounting records or sa mga financial statements, ano ba ang aking responsibilidad sa mga stakeholders. Another is, it's a legal responsibility. Ang bawat negosyo ay may legal na responsibilidad sa mga tauhan, sa kanilang insurance, safe ba yung place, meron bang employment leave, entitlements, meron bang employee records, at gayon din yung mga taxes na dapat bayaran. Now, let's proceed to the basic classification of accounting. The capital, liabilities, asset, sales, and expenses. Now, what is capital? Capital is what the company owns to finance the business. And these are the cash, equipment, inventories, and others. Ito yung pag mag-uumpisa ka ng business, ano ba yung gagamitin mo para mag-umpisa ng business? Gagamit ka ng cash? Maglalagay ka ba ng supplies? O maglalagay ka ng equipment? Or inventory and others? Capital yon. Another classification is liabilities. Liabilities is what the company owes in exchange of supplies or services. Ang account niyan ay usually accounts payable or mortgage payable. Depende kung ano yung in-acquire ng business na hindi niya agad binayaran. Kung meron kang binili, hindi mo agad binayaran, that is your liability or liability of the business. Another classification is the assets. So, assets are something the company owns. It could be cash, accounts receivables, inventories, and others. Ito yung pagmamay-ari ng business na binili ng cash or probably it's a liability kasi hindi agad binayaran. These are assets. Another classification is the sales. Ano naman ang sales? Sales are revenues earned by the company by selling their products or services. Ito yung pinagbentahan. Meron kayong item or meron kayong services at kayo ay nagbenta, ang tawag dyan ay sales. Another one is what we call as the expenses. Expenses is the cost which a company use to make a revenue. Meron kayong mga gagamitin na gastos or expenses para makabenta. Okay? So, those are the basic classification of accounting. Now, let's look at this illustration. Basic accounting equation, asset is equal to liabilities plus capital, or capital plus liabilities is equal to total assets. Lagi equal yan. Kung magkano ang asset ng business, gayon din ang total ng liabilities at capital. Laging equal yon. So, ang ating equation ay asset is equals to liabilities plus capital. To continue, let's talk about the basic accounting cycle. These are the following: financial transaction, general journal, general ledger, subsidiary ledger, trial balance, and financial statements. Ito yung tinatawag nating accounting cycle o ito yung nangyayari sa isang negosyo or proseso ng isang negosyo. Now, kapag ang business ay nagkaroon ng transaksyon, let's say nakabenta, ang tawag doon ay financial transaction. Papasok iyon sa tinatawag na general journal. Ano naman yung general journal? General journal are entries of business transactions according to date. So, lahat ng transaksyon ng business ay ipapasok or ipopost sa tinatawag na general journal based on date. Sunod-sunod yon, no? Based on date of the transaction. And after that, ay ilalagay ito sa general ledger. And what is general ledger? General ledger is business transaction data which is segregated by type with debit and credit records. Some examples are accounts receivable, accounts payable, inventory, sales, expenses, and others. And after the general ledger, next is the subsidiary ledger. And what is subsidiary ledger? Subsidiary ledger is a detailed record of account in the general ledger wherein the total balance is equal to a general ledger account. For example, accounts receivable. Now, let's look at the illustration. On the left side is the general journal, and on the right side are the general ledger and the subsidiary ledger. Kung ano yung laman ng general journal, ilalagay yan sa general ledger. And from the general ledger, ipopost naman sa subsidiary ledgers. So, makikita nyo example natin dyan, accounts receivable, accounts payable, inventory, expenses. Halimbawa, on a general ledger ng accounts receivable, ang subsidiary ledger ay yung name ng every customer sa accounts receivable. May kanya-kanyang ledger ang bawat customer na lahat yon ay accounts receivable. Note that balances of the general ledgers are posted also to trial balance. So, let's proceed to trial balance. What is trial balance? Trial balance is a worksheet wherein amount of all ledgers are posted in either debit or credit account, depending on its balance. The debit and credit are always equal in trial balance. A company prepare a trial balance periodically and usually at the end of every reporting period. To continue, let's now have some sample transaction using the general journal, general ledger, subsidiary ledger, and trial balance. A. A company started with a capital of inventory worth 12,000. B. Charge sales of item A, January 2, 2021. C. Charge sales of item B, January 3, 2021. D. Charge sales of item C, January 4, 2021. E. Received payment from customer X amounting to 2,000 pesos on January 12, 2021. F. Received payment from customer Y amounting to 500 pesos on January 13, 2021. G. Received payment from customer Z amounting to 2,000 January 14, 2021. Now, for the journal entry of those sample transactions, January 1, for the starting capital, inventory worth 12,000, debit, inventory, 12,000, credit, capital, 12,000. January 2, for the charge sales of item A to customer X, debit, accounts receivable, 2,000, credit, inventory, item A, 2,000. For January 3, on sales of item B to customer Y, debit, accounts receivable, 1,000. Credit, inventory, item B, 1,000. January 4, for the charge sales of item C to customer Z, debit, accounts receivable, 3,000. Credit, inventory, item C, 3,000. To continue on transaction January 12, for the payment received from customer X, debit cash, 2,000. Credit accounts receivable, 2,000. On January 13, for the received payment from customer Y, debit cash, 500. Credit accounts receivable, 500. On January 14, for the payment received from customer Z, debit cash, 2,000. Credit accounts receivable, 2,000. So remember, from the journal entry, you have to post everything to general ledger. And every account has a general ledger. So let's check on January 1 transaction. For the January 1 transaction, that is debit inventory, 12,000. And credit capital, 12,000. For January 2 transaction, debit accounts receivable, 2,000. Credit inventory, 2,000. For January 3 transaction, debit accounts receivable, 1,000. Credit inventory, 1,000. For January 4 transaction, debit accounts receivable, 3,000. Credit inventory, 3,000. Now, for the next transaction, which is the collection, let's proceed to cash. That is January 12, debit, 2,000. On the same date, January 12, accounts receivable, credit, 2,000. For January 13, debit cash, 500. Credit accounts receivable, 500. For January 14, collection, that is debit cash, 2,000, and credit accounts receivable, 2,000. Now, before getting the balances of general ledgers, let's proceed first to the subsidiary ledgers. Let's check on the subsidiary ledgers of accounts receivable. And those are customer X, Y, and Z. So let's check on this. On January 2, there was a charge sales. So that is debit, 2,000. And the payment was January 12. That is 2,000 with a running balance of 0. So 2,000 debit, 2,000 credit, the running balance is 0. Meaning, wala nang receivables from customer X. However, for customer Y, there was a charge sales of 1,000, that is debit 1,000, and there was a payment on January 13 amounting to 500 pesos. Meaning the running balance is 500. That is 1,000 minus 500, and the running balance is 500. For customer Z, on charge sales of 3,000, there was a debit of accounts receivable, 3,000. However, there was a collection of 2,000 last January 14, meaning the running balance is 1,000. So, those are the subsidiary ledgers. So, if you will check, the balances of all subsidiary ledgers on accounts receivable is equal to the running balance of the general ledger of accounts receivables. Now, let's proceed to the trial balance. Cash with a running balance of 4,500 debit. And for the accounts receivable, with a debit of 1,500, inventory has a debit balance of 6,000. And for the general ledger of capital, there is a credit balance of 12,000. If you will notice, the debit in trial balance is 12,000. And the credit in this trial balance is also 12,000. That is how you make a trial balance. Dati, ang general ledger ay ginagawa pagkatapos ng general journal entry. At pagkatapos, ginagawa naman yung trial balance and financial statements. Pero dahil meron na tayong QuickBooks at pwede rin ng Excel spreadsheet, ang general ledger ay automatically generated na at hindi na kailangang i-manual. Dahil meron ng ginagamit na accounting software, kahit ang maliliit na companies, mabilis nang nagagawa ang mga ledgers, trial balance, at financial statements. Ang ginagawa na lang ay nag-i-encode na lang ng mga journal entries. To continue, let's talk about the two basic financial statements, which are the balance sheet and the income statement. Ano ang itsura ng income statement? Income statement is sales less cost of sales equals to gross profit less operating expenses, and the result will be net income or loss. Let's have an example of this. Now with MCBR Enterprises. Income statement for the month ending November 30, 2021. Sales, 500 pieces of goods at 500 each, 250,000. Less cost of sales, 500 pieces of goods at 250 each, 125,000. Gross profit is 125,000. Less operating expenses, salaries and wages, 40,000. Rent, 4,500. Office supplies, 2,000. Water and electricity, 1,000. Communications, 1,000. Advertising and marketing, 1,000. Transportation, 2,000. Miscellaneous is 2,000. So the total operating expenses is 53,500. And the net income is 71,500. Now, this is the most simple format of a balance sheet. Current asset plus non-current assets is equal to total assets. Liabilities plus capital is equal to total liabilities plus capital. Take note that total assets is always equal to total liabilities and capital. Let's have an example of this. Balance sheet of MCBR Enterprises as of November 30, 2021. Cash is 54,500. Accounts receivable, 61,500. Inventory, 260,000. Office supplies, 25,000. Office equipment, 125,000. Total assets is 526,000. For the liabilities and capital, accounts payable is 166,000. Capital is 360,000. Total liabilities and capital is 526,000. That is an example of a very simple balance sheet. In this session, we discussed the following: the definition of accounting, why business need accounting, basic classification of accounts, basic accounting equation, the accounting cycles, and the two basic financial statements. I would like to thank you for taking time and participating in basic accounting module. Have a blessed day!